Good morning. It's a privilege to address you on an issue which may have far-reaching impacts on all Canadians in the areas of health, economics, industry, and public safety. I'm Rod Taylor, National Leader of the Christian Heritage Party of Canada. As the future of Canada and the well-being of our children and grandchildren hangs in the balance, we want to present our perspective on the debate over the legalization of so-called recreational marijuana. Currently, the Liberal government has been promoting its vision of a Canada where children as young as 12 can legally possess and use marijuana, where individuals will be allowed to grow high-THC-content marijuana, and by some unexplained laws of sociology and psychology, the Liberals predict that marijuana use will in fact decline. And while they acknowledge that the challenges of controlling rampant substance abuse among young people today when marijuana is illegal, they predict that by removing the deterrent effect of drug laws, that they will somehow reduce the likelihood and the frequency of youthful experimentation and addiction with a mind-altering drug. Now, while recognizing the dangerous impacts that marijuana often has on the visual perceptions, response times, and the judgments of drivers, Bill 45's proponents and defenders claim that making it more available and more acceptable will somehow make the world a safer place. That's not what happened in Colorado when marijuana was legalized there. Marijuana impaired traffic accidents, traffic injuries, and traffic deaths increased. It is impossible to think that Canada's experience will be different. We already have the tragedy of alcohol-related traffic deaths, and we support efforts, we in the Christian Heritage Party support efforts to increase penalties for those who drink and drive and put other Canadians at risk. Why would we add another element to this risky behavior and put more Canadians in harm's way by making it easier to access this powerful, mind-altering substance? Now, even if the intention were to make marijuana-impaired driving illegal, just the availability of this substance will add layers of enforcement challenges to an already overtaxed police force. Canada today, as you all know, has a wave of mental health challenges. Mental health challenges are a predictable outcome of increased marijuana usage. Now, we're talking here about high-THC-content marijuana, selected and grown for its psychotropic qualities. We're not referring to the low THC, high CBD cannabis currently prescribed for a variety of physical ailments. But the marijuana being promoted by this current government will definitely result in more frequent treatments and hospitalizations for mental and emotional disturbances. Legalizing a reality-distorting drug will not solve drug problems, but will increase the number of people involved in drugs. Now, the government claims that legalizing marijuana will reduce or eliminate the black market in pot. However, since there will still be a price attached to the drug and some attempt at regulation, that will not be the case, as it was not the case in Colorado. Rather, the unintended consequences of marijuana as a gateway drug will expand the network of current drug users and those who want to access the drug at lower prices from illegitimate sources. Now, doctors tell us that marijuana has a negative impact on the developing brain up to the age of at least 25. In spite of this, unbelievably, this government's plan would allow children as young as 12 to possess up to 5 grams of marijuana. In what fantasy world, I wonder, does this government think that a 12-year-old will not share with an 11-year-old or a 10-year-old? The age reference is so ludicrous as to be humorous if it were not so tragic that adults, elected by the public to protect the interests of young Canadians, would allow this to take place. Workplace safety, of course, is a matter of concern for all Canadians. Alcohol and substance abuse are always issues of concern in the workplace, both on the job and off the job. Small amounts of marijuana are much easier to conceal, and the evidence of recent use is easier to disguise than alcohol. Legalizing marijuana will increase its use in and around the workplace, in and around the schoolyard, in and around vehicles and in and around government offices where Canadians hope that individuals of sound mind and judgment are making sober decisions. It's not too late for MPs to give this matter of marijuana legalization some sober second thought. We in the Christian Heritage Party ask MPs of all parties in the House to do the responsible thing, to do the right thing, and to abandon this descent into madness. Please vote against Bill C-45. You know, they say one of the adverse effects of marijuana is a blurring of judgment. There's no excuse for poor judgment on C-45. If you care about our children, now is the time to say no to drugs. Thank you.